Now, joining us, my great friend, Steve Miller, former White House senior policy advisor, founder of America's First Legal. Steve Miller, I just want to begin with you. You follow the economic story. You went to some of our economic meetings in the White House not so long ago. What do you think of this? Debt, reconciliation, kill the bill, oil. I'd like to have you weigh in, please.
Well, first of all, I also, in addition to everything you just described, I also spent the better part of a decade working as a staffer on Capitol Hill. And what I can tell you is that the programs that they are going to create in this bill are going to live forever. So the price tag will be but a faint shadow of the long-term trillions upon trillions upon trillions of dollars that we will be committed to forever through the creation of a permanent big government state. I will also say, and this is a very important point, is that this isn't just a stimulus bill. This is a fundamentally transform America bill. To give you just one example, the concept of equity, which is the less code word for critical race theory, is replete throughout this bill. All of the funding in section after section is contingent on complying with equity mandates to be written in federal regulations. It's just one example. Under this bill, healthcare workers are going to be required to receive racial bias training in the administration of their duties. And we all know that when the bureaucrats write those regulations, they will be indistinguishable from critical race theory. All of that and so much more is baked into this bill.
So, you would agree with me, kill the bill is really the main chance. That's what we've been preaching this for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, and actually we're gaining on it because it looks like the public wants to kill the bill. That's the interesting thing. People are smarter than Washington thinks.
It's existential to kill the bill.
Ah, right.
And what you're doing that's so important, but what I need other conservatives to do is to really talk about what's in the bill. For example, how many Americans know that this bill raises the U.S. business tax rate higher than communist China? We might as well call it the outsourcing bill. Companies are effectively going to get a tax break now if they move their operations to China, and they'll get a tax hike if they move their operations to America. That's economically suicidal for our country. To create a tax break for going to China, a primary economic adversary. So we have to talk about the details of what's in the bill so we can, in fact, kill the bill and keep this from becoming law.
Right on, right on. So what do you think about welfare without work?
It's another great example. The support for work requirements and for policies that incentivize work consistently pull at 80-20. Larry, you've seen it throughout your whole career. I've seen it throughout my career, not as long as your career. But every time the question is asked, American voters say that welfare policy should incentivize work, and our objective should be to get people off of welfare into the productive workforce. It's not just an economic issue, it's a human dignity issue. This bill creates a permanent welfare state that dwarfs anything we've seen before in the history of our country. Right. And therefore, again, it puts us on the road to a permanent socialist country. There's no way that is the mandate that the Senate Democrats and congressional Democrats have with their historically razor-thin margins.
Yes, and they're hysterical over it, and they're going down. I just think one thing, it's really important. You're right. I've said the same thing. We need to focus on the policy content of this bill. These top-line numbers, which will be, riddled with gimmicks anyway. It's the key policy issues that matter the most. Now, Stephen, speaking of policy issues, and you talked about critical race theory, you've always talked about canceling the culture, and a lot of this is in the budget bill anyway, but this whole business about parents are domestic terrorists, and I think, Merrick Garland over at the Justice Department, he may be weaponizing the department against parents who don't want critical race theory. But, Stephen, you and I know this comes from the White House. This policy directive comes from the White House. They are waging war against parents and in favor of racial divisions in every classroom in America.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought we'd live to see the day when the Department of Justice would politically persecute parents for trying to keep racism out of the classroom? That's the moment that we're now living in, right? This is really what they call a through-the-looking-glass moment. The Department of Justice's mandate is to prevent discrimination on the basis of race. They have failed in that duty. So parents are stepping up and they're saying, get these racist programs out of our schools. And the Department of Justice's response to that, and you're right, surely at the beck and call of the White House, is to target the parents. That's why my group, America First Legal, has filed the Freedom of Information Act request to get to the bottom of it, and I think the records will show exactly what you just said.
And you know, we've done research on this, Stephen. The teachers' unions absolutely favor critical race theory and all kinds of nonsense. We looked at their resolutions from the convention last summer, and these school board unions or school board associations are in cahoots with the teachers' unions on this. You know, they're talking about white supremacy and white bigotry, and they're anti-capitalist and so forth and so on, the usual woke blather. But parents, I mean, parents are going to win this, aren't they? Parents are going to win the hearts and minds of the debate, and I hope that parents persevere and keep going to these school board meetings or PTA meetings or whatever, because they've got to give their kids a good education. It can't just be about racialism.
Again, you nailed it. But to win, you got to show up at the field of battle. And so parents are going to have to get engaged in the school board meetings. They're going to have to get engaged in the classroom. They're going to have to get engaged with the administrators. They're going to have to be hyper vigilant. They built this whole system, meaning the teachers' unions, the left, and progressives in our school system over a period of many years through relentless effort. We're going to have to be even more relentless in return in order to defeat everything that you just described.
Yeah, and you know, as you mentioned, or as you inferred, there's critical race theory in these budget policies. There's all kinds of programs, you know, as you say, equity and social justice and special subsidies and so forth and so on. It's all riddled with what I would simply call woke critical race theory. So we're fighting it everywhere. That's why it's the most important thing.
We got to kill the bill.
Yes, kill the bill.
We got to kill the bill. God bless you for saying this every single day. God willing, we'll get it done. But if you want America to be America, you got to kill the bill.
Attaboy. Thank you, Steve Miller. Thank you very much. Good to see you again.